Greetings Pokemon fans and welcome back to JD's Universe. Today we're doing a playthrough of Pokemon Crystal using Misdreavus, the Screech Pokemon. We named her Banshee. Let's go and watch these encounters that we have on this route here. We usually would avoid this and go right for a rival, but we need all the levels we can get, or I should say all the experience we can get. Early in this game, the problem with this Pokemon is we have to move Psywave. Psywave and Growl. Growl, not really useful, but Psywave, kind of useful, but it's also kind of garbage. It does 1 to 1.5 times your level. And it's also 80% accurate, and there's only 15 power points. So this is a garbage move that we got to deplete our power points to be useful early, or we're going to spend a lot of time going and healing. Let's go ahead and move on to our rival battle, and then I'll dive more into this Pokemon. Our rival's name is Super ? As per tradition. We gave him a Totodile, because Totodile gets Bite later, and Bite will be a super effective move because we're Ghost type. And because we're Ghost type, he can't hit us. He has Scratch, which is a normal move. So we just gotta wait for Psywave to run its course and decide if it wants to do 1 to 7 damage. We get the knockout, we get the win over our rival, we level up, and we're gonna move right on to this route right here. But we have already depleted our power points. We are 6 minutes into this playthrough, we just now hitting this route because we had to go deplete our power points. We did get another level out of it too, so that was nice. But our power points are depleted, so we're using Struggle. If you don't know what Struggle is, when you deplete all your power points in Generation 1 or 2 or any game, you get a move called Struggle. It is the 50 base power normal move, but it also does recoil. Now, it's normal, but in Generation 2, this move can hit anyone. Ghosts, whatever. In Generation 1, you could not hit Ghosts, so some Pokemon got walled off because of this. But in this generation, it's technically normal, so if we're going to get the Pink Bow later, it gives us like a little bit of a boost in our struggle strategy. And also, the recoil has been changed to, it used to be half damage that you dealt out is dealt back to you. Now it's a quarter. So this move is much more manageable, much better to use in the playthrough. So we're just wrapping up with these bugs, and we do technically have to do Bellsprout Tower. Now I'm making a rule change that I'm placing right now. If I deem a Pokemon does not have the option to do an optimized playthrough, so for example, this Pokemon does not have an optimized playthrough, we're not going to do one because there's nothing we can use. There's no event move, there's no egg move. The only thing we would do in an optimized playthrough would be just replay it and just try to be faster. And I'm not going to do that. If I did this for a living, I had all the time in the world, I'd play 1,000,000 times with this Pokemon and have as many playthroughs as I could to get this Pokemon as good as I could. But that is not the scenario. I do have to work another job, and I do this from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. So we're not going to do that. We're wrapping up here with these Pidgeys, and when we wrap up these Pidgeys, we'll go and face Faulkner. So yeah, and the rule going forward is if we deem it as a Pokemon that's not going to have an optimized playthrough, we do not have to face Bellsprout Tower. That's going to be the rule. But and I could have done this with this Pokemon, but I think this Pokemon needed the levels. There are a couple others I'm going to do in the future that won't need these levels. So Faulkner comes out, he's coming out with his Pidgey, and as long as we can just hit it, we'll knock it out in 2 hits. But we get Mud Slaps, and now we're just missing. Good news is we don't, like I said, Struggle is great. We don't run out of power points. It doesn't hurt us if we miss. It only does damage us if we deal damage out. So Struggle will be a 3-shot on the Pidgeot, very good, or Pidgeotto, and we get the win over Faulkner and we move right on to Union Cave. Now we're gonna go ahead and watch this battle here. This battle is not important. It's not important at all. We are level 18. We've leveled up pretty fast, but this battle is not really that important. But what is important is what happens after this battle. So we knock out Slowpoke and we move on, and we're gonna go right here and pick up Swift. Swift is our actual first real good damage dealing move compared to Psywave. We did double back and pick up Pink Bow. We're at 22 minutes, and I usually cut out this battle, but it's okay. Swift is pretty nice because Swift is going to one-shot the Weedle, it's going to one-shot the Kakuna, and then I don't think it's going to one-shot the Beedrill, but it's going to get a pretty good hit on the Beedrill. It's a 2-shot, very good. So I mentioned we double back and got Pink Bow. What Pink Bow does is it gives a 10% boost to all normal moves, and for a while it was actually giving a 10% boost to our struggle moves as well. But now we're going to face Bugsy. Obviously, Bugsy is the gym leader. It's in his name. Swift is a 2-shot on Metapod. Is it a 2-shot on Kakuna? Very good. Now here's the kind of the downside is Misdreavus has better special than physical attack. Special attack than physical attack. And we're forced to be a physical attacker early with Swift and with Struggle. But it's not a big deal. We use Confuse Ray to make sure that Skyther can't build on its Fury Cutter. So we get the knockout, we get the win over Bugs, we get our second badge, and we're going to move right on to our second rival battle. Now this is usually the most difficult rival battle because our rival has a Ghost. But you know, we are also Ghost, but we are weak to actually Ghost moves. So Lick is the move that we are weak to. It doesn't do a lot of damage because it's a garbage move just regardless, but it can do a little bit more damage than most other things. But we can put to sleep. Now here's the bad part, is we put to sleep, we wake up, not the biggest deal in the world. Swift will be a 2-shot, Bite does a decent amount of damage, as long as we can get through the Crocodile without doing too much damage to ourselves. There we go. And one more hit, very good. So a battle that could have been lost, but we end up winning, which is good. We're going to go back and heal. And we're going to go pick up another move. A lot of normal moves that we use with this Pokemon. It's a Ghost type Pokemon, and we use a lot of normal moves. It is ironic that we have a lot of normal moves with the Ghost Pokemon. We have Headbutt, Swift, and we use Struggle. So those 3 moves have got us through this game for the most part. And we can technically add Return right now if we wanted to. But we're going to go ahead and face Whitney. Whitney gets 2-shot by Headbutt. Very good. And because of our speed, we should have the opportunity, not all the time, but opportunity to flinch. And we also leveled up and got Psybeam. Psybeam is a pretty solid move. We're not Psychic type, so I wish it was Stab, but regardless, it's still a good move. It's going to be very, very useful for us. So I'm very excited about that move. We're going to beat Whitney, and we're going to move right on to Sudowoodo. Now, Sudowoodo can't really do a lot of things to us because, like I said, we're Ghost type, and a lot of things aren't going to hit us at all. But Psybeam should 2-shot the Sudowoodo. Very good. We beat the Rock Tree thing. I'm going to move right on to Lake of Rage, and we're going to pick up another move. Now this move is very useful, and it goes off our special attack stat. It's pretty good, and that move is Hidden Power, and we went with Hidden Power Ice in this playthrough. It's going to be very useful for a handful of things. And now we're going to go and face the Komodo Girls. The Komodo Girls, I usually take this opportunity to ask everyone, make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel. And videos require engagement with YouTube, like liking, commenting. I will comment back to every comment in my video, I promise you that, as long as it's respectful. And subscribing, I'm almost at 500 subscribers. I'm very close. It's like 479 is what I'm at right now, month to date. Or, you know, life of this channel to date. So I'm getting very close. And everyone seems to be liking my optimized playthroughs. So I'm sorry that it's not an optimized playthrough for this Pokemon. But, you know, maybe if enough people clamor and want it, I can try to do an optimized playthrough. Maybe do a what-if scenario, I can do that. But in succession of what I'm doing when it comes to these playthroughs and playing through an order of the Pokédex, I don't see this Pokemon needing an optimized playthrough. Same with Unknown, same with Wobbuffet. So there's a lot of things going on with that. And I hope you enjoy these videos, and liking and subscribing, all those things kind of shows me you want to come back and watch my content. So now we're going to move on to our third rival battle. Our third rival is going to come out. It's leveled up a little bit. Haunter's a little bit better than it was. Psybeam should one-shot it, very good. And now Psybeam should one-shot the Zubat. So we have a lot of this Pokemon accelerates very quickly once you get to a certain point in the game, or right at that certain point in the game, because we have Headbutt, we had Swift, we have a whole bunch of moves, and now we're able to just easily defeat our rival. And we have such an abundance of moves. We have Psywave, we have Hidden Power Ice, we have Headbutt, we have Confuse Ray, and we're gonna add potentially another move here when we beat Morty. So Morty, he's a Ghost Gym leader, and he's gonna come out with a Haunter. Morty is a Haunter. He's a Ghost Pokemon. And Psybeam is a one-shot on the Ghastly. I think we'll one-shot everyone as long as we can hit him. One-shot of the Haunter, very good. And then Gengar comes out. Now we are also weak to Ghost moves, so if he hits us, we're gonna take a lot of damage as well. But since we outspeed all of them, we're very over-leveled right now, so we outspeed all of them, one-shot everyone, beat Morty, and we're gonna move right on to old Chucky Boy's gym. Chucky. And we added Shadow Ball to our moveset, so now our moveset is Headbutt, Psybeam, Hidden Power, and Shadow Ball. So here comes old Chucky Boy with his Primeape and his Poliwrath. Let's go and face old Chuck and see how he does against our Ghost Pokemon. He really can't hit us with a lot of things, and my transitions are very slow in this video. But Psywave will be our first move, one shot on the Primeape. So our second Pokemon that we're facing is Poliwrath, and he's a 2-shot. He missed the Hypnosis. So a very easy win over old Chuck. He really is kind of a pushover. We're going to move right on to Lake of Rage, and we're going to fight an old hulked out Gyarados. And you're going to come out, and we're going to go and go for Headbutt. Headbutt should be a 3-shot as long as we can hit. And he doesn't hit us because Thrash is a normal move. And we get the knockout over Gyarados and move right on to old Price. Now, Price is the Ice Gym leader. Doesn't really have an advantage against us, but we don't actually have an advantage against him either. We just have higher levels, so Headbutt's a 2-shot. The goal there was we're going for a flinch. That's why we went for headbutt rather than using like something that's like stab, like Shadow Ball or something like that. But we get to knock out over Dugong Gong Gong, and now we're gonna face Paliswan, and this will be a simple 2-shot. He's gonna heal, get caught in a healing loop. He hit us with Blizzard, didn't do too much. It could have been bad though because it could have froze us. But now we beat Price and we move right on to Jasmine's gym. Now Jasmine is the difficult one. Actually, first we're going to go talk to Ampharis because it's my favorite Pokemon Generation 2. We want to make sure he's okay. We give him some medicine, he flashes us, and now we're going to go ahead and talk to and face Jasmine. Jasmine is a Steel Gym Leader. She's going to lead with a Magnemite. Now, I think we take a loss here. So we go for Shadow Ball, and we get paralyzed. So I did take an immediate loss because I didn't equip a Paralyzed Cure Berry. And we're going to go for Shadow Ball again. What are we going to do? Shadow Ball's a 1-shot, very good. And honestly, maybe we should have gone Hidden Power Ice there, but 2-shot, whatever. Now we're going to go for Hidden Power Ice. The Shadow Ball is not going to do squat to Steelix. Okay, so Hidden Power Ice is a 2-shot, very good. Very easy, very convincing win over Jasmine. And I misclicked, I didn't equip the right thing, so that's why we lost to Jasmine the first time. So that's 1 reset so far in this game. Now we're facing our 4th rival battle. He's going to come out with the Golbat. We got Psybeam or Hidden Power Ice with a 1-shot him, very good. Send out Sneasel. Sneasel's going to get hit by... I don't think Shadow Ball can hit him. I think he's Dark type. Yeah, we can't hit him with Shadow Ball or Psybeam. So we take the opportunity to learn Parasong, and we will deny that. Very good. And then we're going to go and move Shadow Ball. Will be a 2-shot on the Feraligatr. Very good. Now the rest of this should be a foregone conclusion. Shadow Ball was almost a 1-shot. We almost get paralyzed. We don't. We knock out the Magnemite, and now we're going to go ahead and knock out the Haunter. Haunter will be a 1-shot with Psybeam. Very good. We get a win, very easy win, I should say, over our rival, and move right on to Claire. Claire is the final gym leader we have to face in Johto, and she is a Dragon Gym Leader, comes out with a Dragonair, and this is why we have Hidden Power Ice, to make this battle pretty much just absolutely obsolete. Hidden Power Ice on the Dragonair, that's number 2. Hidden Power Ice on the 3rd Dragonair, very good. Knockout. And now the last Pokemon is a Kingdra, Hidden Power Ice. I misclicked. I shouldn't have clicked that. I do have my accuracy lowered now, so this could go off the rails pretty quick. But Shadow Ball is pretty much a 1-shot. If I would have gone for that, probably would have 1-shot. We beat Claire. She tries to, fight us about the damn badge or whatever. But now we're facing our final rival battle, and we're going to come out with a Sneasel, and we gotta go for Headbutt on the Sneasel. We can't hit Sneasel with anything. Oh, well, I guess, my bad. We can hit him with Shadow Ball. So we knock out the Sneasel, and now we can go ahead and hit Golbat with either Hidden Power Ice or Psybeam. Either one of those would have been great. And we're going to go for, what are we going to go for here? Hidden Power Ice is a 2-shot on the Magneton. We do get paralyzed. So now we're kind of, maybe this battle could go off the rails, but, we get a 1-shot with Psybeam. As long as we hit, we're fine. And so we get a 1-shot with Psybeam. Feraligatr comes out. We're fully paralyzed. Shadow Ball is not a 1-shot. Water Gun is doing absolutely nothing. If we just hit Kadabra, we win. Okay, Future Sight is a garbage move. That's smart. We beat our rival and move right on to the Elite Four. Before we go in and face the Elite Four, we're going to go ahead and look at our stats and the moveset for this Pokemon real quick. So the stats of this Pokemon are as follows. The moveset first is Never Melt Ice is what we're holding. We could also hold the pink bow if we wanted to. There's really not a lot of things to hold. We can also hold other items to make sure we don't get confused or paralyzed, things like that. But we have Headbutt. We have not added Return yet, and there's a reason for that. We're going to need Return, but I think I have to remove something for Headbutt later, so that's why I did not add Return yet. However, Headbutt's on the moveset. It also can give us the possibility to make a Pokemon flinch, which would be very useful against Karen. We also have Psybeam, a pretty decent Psychic move, 65 base power, 100% accurate. And with some Pokemon, it does have like an ability because they're weak to it, so that's why it's useful, especially against like Koga. Koga's all poison type. Then we have Hidden Power Ice, which will basically be used for like 1 or 2 Pokemon, but one specific trainer pretty much makes them obsolete. And Shadow Ball is our reliable stab move that we got from Morty. Alright, so with that being said, our stats are as follows. We're going to move on to our stats. Attack is 113, defense is 110, special attack is 139, special defense is 139, and speed is 140. And as you can see in the bottom left corner, the badges have been applied. So that's the actual stats that we'll have when the battles start. Let's go ahead and dive into our first Elite Four member, and that is Will. He is a Psychic trainer. We have Shadow Ball. This really should be a foregone conclusion. Shadow Ball one-shots the first Xatu. The second Xatu comes out. Slightly higher level, still a one-shot. Jinx comes out. Shadow Ball should one-shot the Jinx. Very good. Executor comes out. Shadow Ball should one-shot the Executor. Slowbro might be the only one we don't one-shot. Nope, we do. So we clean sweep Will. So that's a great start to the Elite Four. We move right on to Koga. And I'm just going to give you a heads up. Koga probably isn't going to be any problems either. Because we have Psybeam, which will one-shot any poison-type Pokemon that we have to deal with. So Venomoth gets one-shot as well. The only one that's not poison-type actually is Fortress. So Hidden Power Ice, it keeps going for Protect. So it does stall out this fight a little bit. But luckily we're not like poisoned or anything. That's really the benefit of this Pokemon. You can stall out, like if the first two Pokemon poison you, he'll stall you out with Protect. And he'll just keep repeating that. Muck does not get one shot by Psybeam. That's very surprising, but we get the two shot nonetheless. And Crobat comes out. With this one shot, it will not. Does it get in Healing Loop? It does get in Healing Loop. So Psybeam, we do Psybeam again. And like I said, it's a pretty easy win over Koga. All we could do is really prolong the inevitable. Now we move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much, but we're going to talk about him a little bit today. Because Bruno, we don't have anything super great against Bruno other than Psybeam. But Psybeam, like I said, is not a stab move, so we're not getting like a boost out of it. So we get the knockout over Hitmontop. And now Hitmonlee comes out. Shadow Ball is a one-shot. Very good. I forgot that these fighting-type Pokemon have good special defense, so going for Shadow Ball is actually being very effective right now. And we have Hidden Power Ice for the Onix. And now the Hitmonchamp, no, I'm just kidding, the Machamp comes out. Then we're going to go for Shadow Ball. It'll be a two-shot. Very good. And we get a pretty easy win so far over Bruno and all the Elite Four members. Now we're facing Karen, who's usually the headache. Now, we are weak to Dark-type moves, and we cannot use Psybeam or Shadow Ball. Or I guess we can use Shadow Ball. I thought Dark Pokemon were immune to Ghost moves. Maybe Ghost moves are immune to Dark Pokemon. That might be what it is. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know typings very well apparently, because I thought Ghost Pokemon couldn't hit Dark Pokemon with Dark moves. But it is what it is. We get the knockout over Umbreon. It did take a little bit of time, so we have a little bit of health depleted at this point. Shadow Ball. Yeah, I think maybe it's just resisted. That might be what it is. I might have not known my resistances very well. And so now I'm learning something. So we're going to go and try this again. Go for Hidden Power Ice. Misses the Sand Attack. And we get the flinch. So now we get a knockout with full health going into Murkrow. And this should be a foregone conclusion at this point. Having full health after facing the Umbreon and not getting your accuracy lowered or anything like that is usually a good sign for any Pokemon when it comes to a playthrough. Critical hit Headbutt was very clutch there. We get the knockout over Houndoom. So we have two Pokemon left. Hidden Power Ice is not a one-shot. And we'll heal a little bit. Not a big deal. Get the knockout. Now our last Pokemon that we're facing is Gengar. We have a super effective move. We just don't want him to hit us. We get the knockout, get the win. And we're going to move right on to. So we get one reset there. So we got two resets in an hour and 18 minutes. And let's see if we can get the first try victory over Lance. The liar with the flyers, as my guy Squidgy would say. Shadow Ball will be a two-shot. It's not in healing range, so we knock it out. Very good. Dragonite comes out, and Hidden Power Ice should obliterate Dragonite. Look how much power that is. 346 power that Hidden Power Ice is putting out when it comes to hitting the Dragonites. So very good. And now we also have Hidden Power Ice on the Aerodactyl. Very good. Charizard comes out. Shadow Ball is our best move here. It's not going to be a one-shot, but our special defense held up pretty well there. We didn't get paralyzed or burn or anything. So we get the knockout there, and we get a knockout over Dragonite. Very easy, very convincing win over Lance. So now we're just going to get our time locked in with the Elite Four. Just tapping. It's definitely under an hour and 20 minutes. That's good. That's how my prediction was. So 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 17 seconds with two resets at level 59. So not bad. Could this be cleaned up a little bit? I could probably save maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I think I could, because the earlier part of the game would be, I just know more about it, so I just know what I would do. Not the greatest time, but also not bad because of what we had to deal with early in the game. I told you, once we get a certain point, this Pokemon really accelerates. It accelerates, it gets so many moves, it's so much diversity. Look at that diversity. Headbutt, Psybeam, Hidden Power Ice, Shadow Ball. Very good diversity, very good type coverage. There's not a lot of things that are going to give us problems, but this is only part of the battle. So we're going to go ahead and jump over the Kanto and finish up and take on Red. Let me just think in the comment section down below. What do you think we could do if we wanted to do this again? What we could do better? But I'll see you guys in Kanto. Now with Johto in our rearview mirror, we're going to go ahead and dive right into the Kanto gym leaders. These gym leaders are absolute pushovers. We're over level 60 at this point, and we just need to go through and beat these battles and get the red as fast as humanly possible, and that's what we're trying to do right now. An hour and 22 minutes. The goal of this was try to get it done around an hour and 40 minutes, so we'll see how that works. But I'm not going to talk about the battles until we get back to blue. So what I do want to talk about a little bit is what's coming up with the channel. So first off, next week we have Unknown. Now, I watched another YouTuber play Unknown a long time ago, and it was very bad, and it was bad because he went with Hidden Power Psychic. It's Unknown, so that's the next Pokemon. It is Unknown, and it only has Hidden Power. Now, you can change your Hidden Power, but we can't change it per battle, so we can't modify our stats per battle, so we got to pick one and just kind of go with it. So what I've decided to do is we're going to do Hidden Power Ice, because instead of having a more powerful stab move that can one-shot a lot of things, we're going to take a little bit more damage, which is okay. Okay, as long as we're prepared for it. By default, we're going to over-level a little bit, and so just by doing that, and we can also use Struggle. So the two moves that we can use is technically Hidden Power and Struggle. So that's my next playthrough. I'm very excited about that, but I'm also a little bit dreading it because it could be a long playthrough. I'm excited about that playthrough. Now, the one I am kind of dreading is Wobbuffet. So Wobbuffet is the one after Unknown, which those are my next two videos. And neither one of those are having an optimized playthrough either, so just give everyone that heads up. Now, Wobbuffet, like I said, is a gimmick Pokemon. Unknown is kind of a gimmick Pokemon, but Wobbuffet is definitely a gimmick Pokemon. It doesn't have any direct damage-dealing move. So everything he has is like, it's a counter move. Like, for example, one move is called Counter. It basically, you select that, he does physical damage, you deal back double whatever is dealt to him. It is 100% accurate, so as long as we can time that correctly, it'll be fine. Mirror Coat is a same thing but special move. So special moves will deal back double whatever special move does. We also have Safeguard. Now here's one change I'm making, is the Pokemon has a move called Destiny Bond. What Destiny Bond does is basically you enable that, and if you get knocked out, they get knocked out. So I guess technically we can use that, but if we knock out the opposition, it doesn't do anything. But I'm just not going to have that move. There is an event move I'm just going to throw on here. It's Mimic. I'm going to throw Mimic on here. There's an event. It was the Gotta Catch 'em All station, Mimic Wobbuffet, and I'm just going to give him Mimic in place of that move. Okay? It's going to make the playthrough a little bit better because we can always just Mimic and move the opposition has if we really need to. Do you think I should do that? I think I should just give her a Destiny Bond and just have 3 moves and just make it easier to get the struggle. Let me know what you think. But we're diving back into the blue battle. Blue comes out with a Pidgeot. Now, we did add one more move to this. We added Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is a 95 base power move. It is very effective. You have to get this from the guy outside of the Goldenrod Gambling Center or whatever it is on a Wednesday. You can buy it for 4,000 coins. So we knock out the the Rhydon. Now we knocked out the Gyarados with Thunderbolt. That's why Thunderbolt's effective. It's very useful against water Pokemon. We're going to go for Psychic on the Arcanine. It looks like it's going to be a 2-shot. Very good. We have 2 Pokemon left. Executor, Shadow Ball should be a 1-shot in Executor. And Alakazam is also Psychic type. So Shadow Ball should be a 1-shot from there. Very good. So we beat all the gym leaders. That was the last one. Now we're going to go ahead and face Red. Red is the final battle in the game. Pikachu comes out. And we're going to go with Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball stab, and it's super effective. One hit knockout, very good. Snorlax can't actually do anything to us. I didn't really realize that while I was setting up this game. But Snorlax cannot hit us. Snore can't hit us. All it can do is rest and Amnesia. That's all it can do. Because Body Slam can't hit us, nor can Snore, because both of them are normal type moves. So we're getting a free knockout on Snorlax. I wish we had a setup move, because then we can just do that. Now here's kind of the annoying part, is we're trying to knock it out, and it keeps healing itself. We get a critical hit there, and now we get to knock it over Snorlax. Now we can actually finish off this battle. Psychic will be a 2-shot on the Venusaur. It's not going to be a 1-shot, but all it's going to go for is a Solar Beam, so that's taking Sunlight, waste a turn. Very good. Shadow Ball is Thunderbolt. We almost did Thunderbolt, but Shadow Ball. But we did Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt will be a 2-shot. Very good. We do have the leftovers equipped, so we're not even close to being knocked out in this game. As long as we can 2-shot, the Blastoise has nothing that can really do a lot of damage to us. Very good. And Espeon, we're a Ghost. So Psychic can do a lot of damage here. We go for Shadow Ball, which is a 1-shot, so we don't even have to worry about that. we beat Red in a time of 1 hour and 41 minutes exactly, with a little bit of like milliseconds in there. But we beat Red on the first try. Very exciting win. And like I said, this Pokemon accelerates. And we got this done pretty decently timed. I'm not going to say this is fast or anything, but if we take out all the time we had to grind early, this would have been a pretty fast playthrough. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I am not going to do, like I said, an optimized playthrough, but if enough people clamor for it, I may do one in the future, or I may try like a what if. You know, what if Misdreavus had like Confusion or something like that, or if we had Lick instead of Psywave. Actually, that wouldn't be good either because there's a lot of normal type Pokemon. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is JD Nerveverse. My next video that comes out, so Monday, we have a prediction video for Unknown. You kind of already heard part of that, but you're going to get the full breakdown of Unknown, its stats and everything on Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to have a playthrough of Pokemon Blue with Ninetales. We have like 2 more Pokemon left after Ninetales on our journey through Pokemon Blue, figuring out who the best fire type is. So we're almost at the point we're going to have the actual conclusion video from that. And then next week, like I said, we're going to have the playthrough of Unknown. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is JD's Nerdverse. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.